trying to grab some momentum. On the other side for Atlanta Faze, it feels like you can't really guarantee S&D victories at the moment.
Yeah.
How important, how much weight do you put in this opening hard point for either squad?
Opening hard point, at least is for me, it's a little bit more important for the Vegas boys because they're trying to come out and be the underdog to complete this upset versus a top dog in Atlanta Faze. And it all is going to start with Clayster. If this guy can start off early for this Legion squad, he's going to have some fun because don't forget, he was former teammates with Sip and Abizi when they won a world championship. So he knows the tendencies.
He definitely does. He's going to know a lot about these guys as unfortunately he will run into all three of them.
Oh, wow.
Atlanta Faze not spawning off the rip in the more advantageous position, but they walk into P1 and call it theirs nice and early. We talked about this Atlanta Faze team. Jay, I know last year they did lose a few back-to-back series, but historically Atlanta, whenever they do drop a series one, especially in a game 5 fashion, they come out hot. Another interesting addition into what should be a good series to start off the day.
Yeah, good couple of kills to start the game. They got a clean 4 dead. They were able to flip the spawns, take control of back kitchen. But Legion, they're going to be able to push their way in through bottom PD, win a couple kills towards the back vans, and now the spawns are going to flip right back on their heads. So Atlanta Faze do a great job of just getting a lot of time off of this P1 hard point. And now it's all on Celium in a great position to at least not allow Legion to get any good time.
Oh yeah, he has a spot for a moment, but he quickly does get pointed out. A nice little dolphin dive going. However, things not going to go his way. Vegas Legion now can somewhat rely on the great spawns that they have for the moment. But here comes Sim, looking to aggress, looking to challenge, shuts down Pro Loot. However, few of the forces are still arriving. Slasher and Celium, they get the close spawns in the bottom left side of your screen. Atlanta Faze are here. They're knocking on the door. TJ and Temp trying to shut it down.
Oh, that's beautiful plays right there from TJ and Temp. So far, TJ finds himself on a 5 spree. He's using that TAC 56 to the best of his ability.
Oh,
so far, this has been a great hold from Vegas to get themselves right back into this game, get a little bit of cushion on the score line. And look at those rotations. A huge battle gun to come in from Temp. He wins 2 huge gunfights, and now that rotation is now going to be Legions.
Jay, Temp spawned there. Like, we had some Atlanta Faze players who were battling over top ACs. He spawns in the very top left side of the map, takes advantage of that opportunity as he will fall. Thankfully, he's not the most valuable player by definition on this Legion team. In terms of streaks, TJ still sits on 5 in a row as he tries to get going. Atlanta Faze about to reclaim the advantage. A few players coming in from the back alley. Temp trying to lead the charge from where he previously was as they try to break on in. Atlanta doing what you'd expect, however, toward the ACs. And not watching the ladder, however, is the biggest problem that you could have. A total collapse in the setup as Donnie Temp runs on through, and there is a break from Vegas.
Beautiful, beautiful play. I don't know what the conversation is over there on the side of Atlanta Faze, but somebody has got to watch that ladder climb because that's the only way they could have gotten broken. So now they have to settle off that rotation. They are winning a couple gunfights, so they're going to be set up early. A team kill does come in from Celium, but that does not matter. Faze should still be able to spawn in toward the back of the street, exactly where he's going to be. But now it's on TJ. Just hits the jump up towards top PD. He's going to be the guy that slowly tries to play as his teammates try to attack this from hallways. But he can be the playmaker.
You called him out and said, hey, he can be the guy that makes the ultimate difference. Does at least find one. That could, however, set up his longtime teammate, good friend in Temp, because he's able to find one himself. So far, nothing doing. But Temp is able to take away 2 of them. The last 2 players are going to be inside of the hill. Not aware of his position. Donnie Temp coming to slay, and Legion will break again.
Oh, Temp is making it rain early on in this map number 1. Shout out Don. Already on a 5 spree. They find another successful break on P4. This final 20 should be theirs. Atlanta Faze are not going to try to give this up. Sim and Abizi actually are going to contest it. So now it's on Temp. Can he try to earn this airstrike? Just going to back out. He knows that this is way more important to try to pick this one up. Great shots with that TAC 56. Earns that cruise missile, actually. And now off the rotation, it's going to be Vegas Legion. Fully set up.
Just a wise decision, ultimately, at the end of the day, there for Temp. Nice little 1v2. Granted, could have got some time out of it, but decides to make the safer bet. A decent little spread going on from Atlanta. They do have 1 straggler and player number 4, Abizi, trying to hit through the backside. Meanwhile, it is all of Atlanta hitting somewhat standard through the front to catch the goal and take a look at all 4 fall. Atlanta Faze a little bit late on the rotation, and they will pay because of it. A nice little team streak going right now for Vegas as well, as they sit at 11 combined and look to build upon this advantage. However, 3 fall quickly. TJ last one alive, and there we go. Another break, Jay. One of, it feels like 30 so far on Embassy.
Yeah, that was a clean one from Atlanta Faze. They take control of middle. They take control of Laundry. They win a majority of their gunfights in the last play towards the back step. Fortunately, just gets gunned out of his socks right there from a BZ. Great shots to allow Atlanta Faze to get the remaining 25 to 30 seconds, keep themselves close in this game. And now we find ourselves off the rotation over towards P1. We saw Atlanta Faze get at least 30 seconds uncontested. We're able to give themselves a comfortable cushion early on in this game. Can they do it again?
We'll see what they can do as we do reset. If that works in Hardpoint, at least on this map. Got 5 hills. Once those 5 hills have come to a close, we reset, we go again. We'll have a brief lead for a moment. Go the way of Atlanta Faze is right now for rather almost said Paris. There we go. Vegas Legion with the preferred spawns. Not there just yet, Jay, but just hanging on. Just barely inside of P1. Trade after trade after trade. Legion will come out on top for the moment. As back and forth we go. Slasher's able to find one inside of middle himself.
Yeah, those are some big kills coming in from Legion, especially taking Slasher out of that top bedroom position. It was Temp who flies out, gets that kill, allows the break to come in towards P1, and now it's just scrappy. Final 15 between both of these squads. It's looking like Atlanta Faze are going to put themselves in a position to take it. But now you have to have an answer towards P2, because this is where Legion were able to get right back into the game, take a comfortable lead with a full 60 hold. So it has to be totally different this time around.
That's a big pick. That's a big pick again there for Temp, and you see Vegas quickly swarm onto the objective.
Cruise missile coming.
That cruise missile. It was hard earned in the first set of rotations, but Don has got it. You see that scoreline as he comes in 20-8. And by the way, if he could find another kill, he could have another one in just a matter of moments. Holding down the objective. A few of his teammates begin to fall, but Temp still holding strong. Vegas Legion still rocking out here at P2. Can he hold things down in the parking lot? No. Not going to have that second streak, but still, it is a lead nonetheless as we battle for our final 25.
This has been just great work from Paris. I mean, from Vegas Legion. I got to stop saying it. I got to stop saying Paris. But they have been playing great. A great hold on that P2 allows them to get a comfortable cushion off this rotation. Now they're going to be fully set up for AC this time around. They don't need a lucky spawn coming in from Temp. So now Clayster going to be the cutoff man, trying to hold down this position towards top plat, able to get the first. But look at the player going on the pinch. It's going to be a BZ. He actually was a huge gunfight versus Temp, so now that opens up that top PD crossfire. You have to stay down if you're on point.
See what Faze can do with it. Clayster eventually does get dropped. It's on to TJ again. Good teammate support coming in from Orange. So he looks to jump his way through. TJ, and Pro Loot, they line up. Clay, I think either it was Temp who tosses out a nade. Slasher goes bye-bye, but thankfully Atlanta Faze, because of the amount of forces they had toward that lane inside of the back alley, those last 30 seconds look to be theirs. We'll see if Vegas try to contest for the final few seconds. It looks like it will in fact be the rotational focus, at least so far for Celium. No, it's actually gonna be Pro Loot who challenges for the final 15. So we've got a lot of chaos, a lot of things to keep in mind here on Embassy. The only thing that I know is that BZ is hanging out in the office and he has no idea where Vegas are coming from next.
Yeah, BZ just puts himself in the hill. They had to play this one on a tight setup because there's multiple angles Vegas are going to decide to come from. Celium with that Vaz Nev in hand, just trying to finesse around this hallways, trying to get the timing on the first kill. As Slasher finds one on the backside, Slasher finds two. Great plays from him. Now you see Vegas Legion continuously spawning over towards Tennis. They have to flood through the back single door. The break does come in though from Temp. He hits that pitch from the hallway. He finds two. Clay with the third, and that is a beautiful way to continue growing this lead.
I'll tell you what, man, how great has Temp been so far throughout this map?
It's been unreal, man.
The scoreline reads 24-12, but it just feels like all of his kills have been impactful. They've all led to different sprees, different streaks, and great breaks as Abizi tries to do the same. A few line up in the feed, but currently it is still Atlanta Faze holding in from the front. TJ and Clay, well, they're going to get dropped as well. It's all about the rotations, and thankfully for Atlanta Faze, they have got Simp on the mission for it. It has been a back and forth game up to this point, but we know, Jay, here on Embassy, you lock down P5, you can get a lot of seconds here, but there's gonna be a lot of fights going down.
Yeah, this is difficult right now. Last time Legion were able to get it clean for that, basically off the rip of this hard point, but they cannot take down Simp. Finds himself on a 5 spree, a little bit of assistance there from Celium to keep him alive. And the first hold is in. Atlanta Faze can't close it out here. Vegas Legion need to execute a break. It's going to be on number 6. Clayster going on that long route through back kitchen.
He's gonna get involved in the firefight. However, 3 players fall, and there you have it. Atlanta Faze scream into the advantage. Just a few more points, and this one is gonna belong to them. An emphatic end to an ultimately close game. Embassy Hardpoint goes the way of Atlanta Faze, and you can call it now. We've been talking about a lot of numbers, a lot of stats. 4 for 4 in opening hardpoints for Atlanta.
Yeah, that's just a tough one right there for your Legion. I think the turning point.
He's got a 1.21 in search. What was working for him last week? We start with the man right now, Ann.
I mean, he was getting a couple first bloods, which was fantastic. Like I said, though, the issue was they weren't following those kills up. You can see it early here with the sniper kill onto Simp. We're going to be trying to work this B bomb site. This is the typical strat that we're going to see out of the Vegas Legion.
Now, what the biggest thing is when it comes to Embassy S&D is that we don't have smokes anymore, so trying to get this bomb across this tennis court is a lot more difficult. I believe this is one of the first times we'll be seeing this map as well when it comes to this second week of the opening season. It is already going to be a 1v2 with Clay, though, and he is going to have the snipe in his hand. It is certainly doable. The issue, though, is that bomb is going to be down right next to him, actually, so he could probably crawl out and pick this up, but Selim and Nabizi are playing very close to each other for this trade.
How do you approach this, Namus? You got a sniper, now you got the sub.
Well, I mean, now that you have the SMG, like, you try to work up and possibly get that bomb down. I mean, he's, like, really close to his dead silence, so it seems like he's waiting for that, trying to even out the odds and get a kill, see if he tries to make play with it. He catches the back of Selim, I think. Not able to connect the shot onto Abizi, so now he's going to double back. Just try to get this bomb down and player life from planners in the back is probably the best situation for him.
That's so unfortunate because I could see what Abizi and Selim were doing. They were clearing out the A bomb site, and they were just going to continue to work the outskirts of the map together until they caught wind of where Clay is. And Clay actually had an opportunity to connect a snipe there a couple of times, but the shots did not go through. And he does get the first kill on Selim, though. It's a 1v1, but I don't think he knows that Abizi's already on the bomb. And I don't think he's going to have the time to re-wrap it to get the kill.
Almost. What I would like to see about Legion there is, like, I like when teams on offense, when they play for those early kills and the players pushing up mid. Like, when you give yourself time before you try to make that cross, you can get that first blood. Clay got the kill on the guy hitting through the street. He got that first blood and immediately Faze follows that up with a trade. So maybe slow it down next time they're on offense. But nevertheless, great job out of Atlanta Faze. Sort of like pushing up mid, getting that trade.
And sticking the bomb, right? Knowing Clay's not going to have the time unless he checks it right away. They called the bluff, and they get the round win for Atlanta Faze. Now it's their turn on the attack.
Yeah, it's going to be another headbutt over at the B side, but the player to watch right now is going to be Simp. He somehow made it all the way up street near Orange, and he's going to play spoiler and get that kill on the Prelude. And Selim actually has a sniper in hand. I hope he can go to his POV, because that is 2 kills to his name.
And that was just a straight-up rush. Clay not able to do any damage on the cross. Kills going down left and right. You saw Simp got instant control of Orange. They get those first couple of kills, leads to a round victory. Faze looking pretty good so far.
Yo, replay crew, can we get another look at Selim's perspective? If we got it somehow, I need to revisit these snipes. I'm liking it. Clayster's bringing one out. Selim's bringing one out. Both on the attack so far. Who gets first blood this round, Allie?
I'm going to go with Selim. After that, if he's going to keep that sniper out, I'm going to go with Selim. I will say, though, I can't believe how quickly Simp was able to make it up to Orange. I blinked, and I felt like, wow, there's already an Atlanta Faze player behind enemy lines. So, again, we're just going to see the continuation of the headbutts here over at the B site. It looks like nothing interesting is really going to come out through, but it's a BZ with the connecting nade.
So did you see that? They threw a nade over their spawn building and one from the cross. Double naded him, caught him on the cross, and now what that's going to do is it just halts Vegas Legion. They're not sure what they want to do in this situation. There's a couple players on Faze already pushed up into their office. Temp trying to play for those sound cues while helping his teammate. He's going to get shot in the back, and now Vegas Legion between a rock and a hard place. They're just getting collapsed on from every side of the map.
Honestly, I'm a little disappointed with the Vegas Legion right now. Their S&D strats are looking to be a bit one-dimensional over on the B site, and Atlanta Faze is just outplaying it. The fact that they got 2 players pushed up over on the A side through mid to get into that building and just collapse on the remaining players from Vegas Legion on the tennis side, it's very uncomfortable.
At the end of it, looks like Atlanta Faze is in total control. The desk now hands it back to the casters as we welcome back in Lando and Study and their gorgeous dad bods.
Oh, thank you so much, Puckett. I would say that it's not looking the greatest right now. I'm just happy that we're online for the moment. But no, Jay, I think we're here. Can I hear you, buddy?
Yeah. I think I'm here. Are you here? Okay. I think we're here.
I think I just got EMP'd. I'm not exactly sure what's going on in my house right now, but we're going through some problems. But I guess it's Pretty standard stuff. The Desk was doing a phenomenal job, by the way, on the deck, or rather, kind of commentating, highlighting this match. Very, very nice rounds from Atlanta Faze, to put it lightly.
Yeah, so far Atlanta Faze are not skipping a beat. Multiple first bloods. It doesn't even matter if they're getting first blood. They're evening up the numbers. And so far, their play calls have been on point. First blood traded going for both of these squads. Now it turns into a 3v3 Atlanta Faze. And that player in the BZ does have that bomb. It looks like Vegas Legion are just waiting for the rotation to come in back towards A as two players from Atlanta are trying to push up street.
Yeah, you can't blame them, right? I mean, based off the way that these first few rounds have gone, slow it down, slow and steady, and okay, right when they begin to collapse, BZ and Celium stared at you in the face with some Faze nevs all on the clay. Current 1 versus 3. He leads this team so far in Search to Destroy. He's got the lead by example with a nice little clutch to hopefully put one on the board here for Vegas. Tagged up and nearly dropped nades, utility, everything in the kitchen sink is tossed his way. The veteran goes flying. Atlanta 4-0.
Yeah, like right there, Vegas, they just got to calm down. It's a 3v3. The bomb eventually has to get planted. You can't try to go out there and make a play. TJ, he earns a dead silence and then immediately breaks through the stair doors and then pushes through, and then Celium just catches him lacking, and at the same time, Abizi gets that killing towards Orange. You saw the frustration on Clayster's face in the player cam when it goes from a 3v3 immediately to a 3v1 with the last guy alive with a sniper pistol. Not going to be an easy round to do so. So far, Atlanta Faze looking pretty damn dominant in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, right now your SMGs typically, or rather historically known SMG changes up, have not been great. It's going to highlight the stats from TJ and ProLoop, but we got to talk about Clay. Evaporated in our opening engagement as he hits the floor. There goes Temp, and this just feels like it's about to be 5-0.
Yeah, 4v2. Temp is gonna be watching his teammates. ProLoop does get taken down, so now it's all on TJ, currently sitting on a donut. Does not have dead silence to work with. Let's just crouch walk all the way around the map. Bomb's gonna be down over towards Tennis. He should be able to catch himself up behind one player in Slasher, but there's still 3 other players you got to focus on.
There we go. At least we're on the board, at the very least. I say maybe a bit of confidence, but then you're like, oh yeah, it very well could be 5-0. What does it really mean at this point? But nonetheless, DJ doing his best. He's getting stunned. The man literally just earned dead silence, and thankfully he's got the bomb in hand. He's doing what he has to do. As we said, no teammate support. We have seen a 1v4 clutched already. See if TJ can make it another one. And it's not going to happen. Atlanta Faze, they pounce, they collapse. Celium, he's doing 360s. He's feeling good. He's feeling confident. I'll make it 5-0, 1 round away from already being up 2-0 in the series,
yeah,
Jay.
Vegas just simply don't have an answer. Right there, I thought Clay put himself in a great position to get that first blood, but then Simp, great shots to take him down. And then right there, you see Temp into his top bathroom, just trying to find a doorway to hit the exit. But Slasher eventually with that TAC 56 is able to find that second kill. So now it turns into a 4v2. You know that A is not going to be in your grasp of trying to plant that bomb on that side. You have to commit towards B, and eventually they just slowly pick them apart. Atlanta Faze, 5-0.
Looking solid, looking clean. And I guess if you're Vegas, I mean, I don't know, Jay, like you're just looking for a bright spot. Like at least
give me something.
Maybe get 2. Just trying to get a little bit of confidence coming into this next control, because it just feels like we're just moments away from that happening. And I guess all of it could start with the first blood. There you go. Add a teach. Celium and Abizi quick to reply as they even things up. As that bomb is down, though, so Atlanta Faze are going to have to do a little bit of work.
Atlanta Faze, though, they put themselves in a great position. Abizi over towards this A-bomb. He's trying to finesse his way around. He knows that a nade just came in from his back, so Temp, he's going to get picked apart. And Abizi! Oh my God, what a snap onto Clayster. It's done and dusted. Get him out of here. Atlanta Faze, clean sink. So, Jesus.
Oh, Abizi, look at the smirk on his face. He's probably letting everybody know, yeah, I may or may have not just done that to my old COD father. My goodness sake. That was...
0.7 in hard point, 8.0 in the Search and Destroy. That SDKD looks a lot better.
get like that. We're going left.
And there's our couches.
He's front couch head.
I'm walking back to it.
I'm walking him down. Front couch head. He's done. I set him down. 1C1 laying down. He's left C2 and C1. C1's done. He's probably in the corner or back in the corner. I just stun him left. I can check C1 with you, Byron.
Two also. Two dead.
There's another C1, guys.
Wait, down.
C1 on the cat stairs. Didn't hit him. He's ironing.
I'm standing up. I'm holding for you guys.
C1 he ran.
C2 hit him twice.
Got him on one shot. Another one on me. C1. He's done. He jumped on me. C1. Two there. They're both one shot, boys.
Let's go around. Let's spawn mid.
Spawn deep.
Spawn in front of this guy.
I spawned back kitchen though. What the fuck?
One's bench. I'm spawning. One's bench.
Yeah, one's bench.
In the back kitchen's done.
Bench.
Top cat and
bench.
Abuse back kitchen's done.
I got the guy bench.
He's gonna spawn out dark. Sim spawning out.
Spawn dark.
We spawned out.
I just spawned dark. You guys work that?
Let's work two mid. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Across Jules already.
You're gonna be C1.
One is one shot rush.
I don't know where I got from.
He's time, Austin.
Three. I'm blocking Jules.
Don't abuse it.
Yeah, side rotation. Back five.
Back chandelier. Chandelier going dub door. Weak. That's last kid, guys. That's first kid. I have rugs. I'm just holding rug. I'm gonna come here with you, Don.
Some come.
Hold your rugs down.
Side wine.
Hold your rugs down.
He's rug.
Lay down. Just lay down.
I'm watching our side wine.
Watch something else, Don. I have rugs. Watch
I
out.
have C1 pinch.
It's behind you, T2. He full pinch. He's daddy. One rug.
Two rugs.
9 to 16, guys.
And one is pushing out C1. We're pushing out C1. We have two waves.
Dubs.
Right there.
Right side dub.
I'm gonna go around. I'll go around.
Gotcha.
We're trying to work before
That's
that.
the name back here.
We come out of the listen-in with the Vegas Legion trailing at the end of this first round. It hasn't been the best attack. They were able to get one tier, though, here on A Alley.
They were. Remember that fun stat I opened this with? The Atlanta Faze has a 0% attacking win rate. The Vegas Legion has a 0% defensive win rate. And one of them is going to have to change at some point. It looks like the Vegas Legion are not going to be able to close out this offensive push. They do have an extra tick on A, though, which will look good laning up. But it's not over just yet. 4v13. There is going to be 2 players here and only 2 Atlanta Faze to make that immediate.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's still very possible when you get that kitchen spawn, but Faze doing a good job getting up and through mid. The flurry of kills come in. There's the 4, and Atlanta Faze run away with that. But by all means, a pretty decent offense, right? You get B, you expect to get A later on. So, they do get 4 ticks of progression. We'll see if they have a stronger defense. As Ali said, it's been 0% so far.
Now, Nameless, did you notice any frustration in the comms during that listen-in? Because it seems like everyone's still calling out. But if you look at the kills and the deaths, it's definitely been Atlanta Faze who's winning the slaying battle, at least in the opening round.
Yeah, it was that opportunity that they had. You heard Clay, he said, yo, guys, there's only one left. But they were still a little bit hesitant because they didn't know where that guy was. They did not keep track of him. He was sitting over by carpet, and that kind of halts temp into the kitchen. Doesn't lead to a successful push. But we'll see here. Atlanta Faze on the offense now, working over towards that B side. The B's going to die at couches, and now that's going to halt their initial push.
Slasher opening things up at 11-4, but Celium 4-3. Low engagements. Let's crank up our headphones and listening with Atlanta Faze and their comms.
Nice. Yeah. I spawned out deep. Might be another one on you.
Yeah. Guys, door. Gotta push south if you wanna get a point. Idiot. I think wine cut. I think that's anything wine cut. Up right now?
One's been on me couch, guys.
Dead.
Nice. He's in our base somewhere, I think.
One's top. Alright, one's chandelier. Dead. I think he's left side broken.
I'm coming with you.
Door.
I need your story. I need it.
He shot me.
One shot. Hit by nade.
I can't see him. I have your mid. I don't have mid actually.
Yes, door.
I show you. Standing here. Main dead. I think I don't know if I heard one or not.
Could be one cut, guys.
Double me. Left door. Yeah. Play. Play you one cut. Okay, I want cut. Nade on
Could be their side one cut.
Hey, it's next door. I'm gonna do it bed here.
You should try to work around here.
Nice. Go around together, okay? Yeah.
Is it? You want cut?
I don't see anything.
I'm getting to the back.
Loot our bottom thing.
He's in the back. Back left broken. Teach.
Back left? Okay.
Yeah, he's below back left broken.
He's stunned me. He's stunned me. Yeah. John, team back here.
He's caught me dead.
I think good shit. I'm gonna play our best.
I heard you.
Play our best also. Fine shot. I'm logging broken right now. Fine shot. Top cat, I think. Fine shot.
Okay.
What could be main headed? Yeah, top cat Donnie. Dead.
Fine shot, guys.
TJ is spawn weak. Still our bed too.
TJ's a spawn weak. I don't know. He got it at the back.
He's on me main. Clay's main.
We should go around. We should try to go around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep on our bed.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna go around.
Go around with you. Clay was main. MC, take your time.
Yeah, I'm in the back.
Broken. One shot.
Where?
He's broken. Backed up to P2.
One cut.
I may.
Couch is bugging.
I'm only slowing for you. Just spawning deep.
I mean.
Back into deep back main.
I spawned long, bro. There's no one top bed though. Main heading. Yeah,
Couch is dead.
Top bed.
Top bed. We should try to get on this.
I'm getting on it.
I'm getting a trophy.
I bet you. I'm staying there for bed.
Stack this.
I'm looking top patio. I'm top patio.
Watching bottom bed. I'm watching bottom.
Top patio. Can't see top patio.
Middle weak. Couch is clay. My patio's dead.
Patio dead.
Couch is clay weak. Couch is done.
Got one. I'm staying on the point.
My small bed. Nice, sit down.
Atlanta Faze able to take the second round. They complete the attack. Allie is all smiles. What's going on, Alley Cat?
They won the offense. The Atlanta Faze had yet to win an offense. They had a 0% win percentage, and the Vegas Legion put that on the mark board, that they had a 0% defensive win percentage, and it seems that woe continues. And I can see why now. Vegas Legion gave up the A site way too early. That is usually the one that is more difficult to cap later on into the rounds. And sure, they were pushed out in the bedroom. They're holding on for just so long, but Celium had pushed through the back. And now what that does is that's going to spawn Vegas Legion all the way out over to where A used to be, and it just takes so long to try to make that trek across mid-map to get them off that B site. So now Atlanta Faze go up 2-0, maybe looking at to close the series in a 3-0 control in a 3-0 map count fashion.
Already it's Faze with the opening gunfight. Celium is defending the point. The attack still flooding in though from Vegas.
Yeah, did a good job there in the opening duels. I mean, you get that close spawn over towards A. You spawn into kitchen, so you see Vegas Legion set up here in a pretty good spot. Number 5 is going to be Temp. He picked up a big kill there on the globe, and now it's just like trying to wait for these guys to overexert themselves. Simp, he's going to have to play patient here, but takes the gunfight, going to take a little bit of damage. You can see the Faze players gearing up to make this push over towards A. Slasher with the first blood. Can Simp get the 2? Not able to do it, and BZ flies on in. So good coordinated, slow push there out of Faze. Not just jumping out one by one.
I love this play from Celium right now. If you look at the mini-map, he is just all the way pushed up over by Plat's side. Now, yes, that is going to be spawning Vegas Legion very close to the A side, but Atlanta Faze is still holding this defensive line here. There's 2 ticks of progression gone, possibly the 3rd one here coming in soon, but Celium is in control of their spawns right now. He should catch a few players in the back and put them in a bit of a blender.
Tampa has been one of the star players for Vegas in the first 2 games. A slower game 3, but he's starting to come alive. Keep your eyes on player number 5 on that mini-map. As Vegas takes A, now all eyes turn to B. And how do you break through Faze's setup if you're Vegas?
Well, we saw Faze just do it. It's a great example on the side before. Celium went all the way around back, played his life until he got that first initial kill. And that way you can kind of avoid the guys that are pushed up into bedroom. It is so difficult to wrap back through glass and get bedroom control. You have to play it from mid. You have to play it from their spawn. And you can see that's what they're attempting to do right now as Temp comes in with the kill onto Simp. And now we're just looking at Clay. He's got to be the guy to make the play here. He's got to get a kill and get out with his life. Unfortunately, Celium ready for that gunfight, and that's going to put Temp alone on an island. Not much you can really do in this situation.
Yeah, the biggest issue right now is the fact that Slasher is still in top bedroom right now. They need to get this player out if they want any hope of getting any progression over onto this B site, and they also need to send a player deep back into the Atlanta Faze spawn. The goal of that is going to be to try to distract them, to make them push back and push that player out, and also get your bedroom control so that you can hop onto this point. But Vegas Legion are not winning a whole lot of gunfights right now, and Slasher will finally get traded out, but there's still going to be a BZ back in the spawn.
Keep the screen on, Don. I believe in this man right now.
Prolute was in a really good position. He gets picked up by Celium. Those are 2 massive kills by Celium in the base, and Temp gonna fall in bedroom as well. This is looking like an Atlanta Faze win if they can hold on to this position, but right now it's just Simp left. He's the only one left in bedroom. A BZ falls. Simp gotta play his life. Gotta find a couple kills here to alleviate the pressure onto this B point.
I don't really know what Prolute's doing right now. He kind of just sat over at Orches for a hot minute there, and now he's decided to make the push. He could play spoiler if he gets his kill on a BZ in the back. He's going for the hunt, but he gets turned and burned. 5v14. That's GG's. Atlanta Faze 3-0 control in 3-0 the series.
6-0 S&D. They came out pissed from yesterday's match.
Can we talk about a BZ climbing a ladder and winning a fight against Temp who had the L trigger down?
Yeah, that was sick.
The Tiny Terrors are back, and they are causing chaos with the Vaznet.